Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Halifax Forum. It is the 2019 Nova Scotia PeeWee Provincial Hockey Championships. Game number 2 today features the TASA Ducks taking on the Pictou County Crushers. What a season the Ducks have had, 26-0-2, first place in the Central Minor Hockey Federation. 2017 Provincial Silver Medalist. It was against these very Pictou County Crushers back in Trenton. And of course, we talked about them losing to the Crushers, a goal by Sim, 2.3 seconds left. There is a Sim that plays for the Crushers, Lane Sim, but he won't be a factor as he's a scratch, as well as Santos, a scratch for the Pictou County Crushers. All hands on deck here for the TASA Ducks. And the Ducks will start in goal for them. Will be Ben McDonald in between the pipes, and Georgia Burrows will be the starter there for the Pictou County Crushers. Dan Hobbs along for the call here for 360 Live as Kennedy hits center ice. Almost got a good chance to score there and getting things going as the puck's back out the center ice area. This is Phillips now with the backhander here along the near side boards, but it'll be gathered up there by McKenzie there for the Crushers. And coming off the bench there was Kearney to dump it in, and that will allow them to complete the first change here in the early stages as we come up to the 1 minute mark gone here in the opening period. We're going to talk about how great the Ducks have been. We just said about how they were in league play. They also scores! There it is. It's squeezed through the wickets, and getting that one is Kearney there for the Ducks. Makes it 1-0. A minute and 4 gone, and the Ducks take a 1-0 lead. Kearney with the goal. So an early hole that the Pictou Crushers have to get in. Of course, Pictou's going. They're hosting the Atlantics the first weekend in April 4th to 7th. It will be at the Pictou County Wellness Center. So they're going regardless, but they want to earn their ticket. So there's actually 2 spots up for grabs here. The championships, Pictou has 1, and the remaining 6 teams fight for the other spot. Oh, look at that. The puck came out the other side, and on one side was Burrows, and the other side was the puck. But no harm, no foul for now. In the meantime, Ducks following up here. O'Coin with the puck there for the Ducks. But it's going to be Pictou will come up, and they'll hit center ice now. And they're happy just to slap it in, start a change. Ducks burn the breakout here. This is Burke. Burke hits center ice. A slap there by Campbell there for the Crushers. Caden Campbell. Back out the neutral ice area, and Burke will win this battle. Burke had a pretty good showing, I believe, at the Buster Harvey tournament. He had 4 points, and the Buster Harvey tournament was the one that the Ducks have won. Not too many losses for this team this year, and here they come the other way, led by Kennedy. Kennedy will go into the corner there for the Ducks. Halliday will keep it in. Of course, his dad is the manager of the team. Very loose talking to him before the game. Firing past a shot, and it didn't get through. And a nice little setup as they tried to set Kennedy up in the high slot there, the Ducks. They look pretty good. This one will go down the ice for the icing call, with coming up to the 3 minute mark here of the first period. As I mentioned, scratches, Santos and Sim there for the Pictou County Crushers. All systems goes, no changes there for the Ducks. Of course, the Ducks affiliate team in Major Bantam won the provincial championship last weekend in Pictou. Actually was in New Glasgow at the Pictou County Wellness Center. Back-to-back champions for the first time in that league. And usually you finish first in the league. Here's our first penalty coming up in the game. And it's going to the Ducks. Both officials now coming together there on that play. I guess they both agreed. It's going to be Phillips to the box there for the time of that one is 3 minutes and 18 seconds, the penalty. So a chance here for Pictou to try to get even here with the man advantage. And they're going to start down in their own zone. So back going for it there is Dominic McKenzie there, the defenseman there for the Pictou County Crushers. Mosier hits center ice. McLaughlin following up. Once again, Mosier now with the puck there for the Crushers. Pinned deep. Also up there is Smith looking for a loose puck there for the Pictou County Crushers. They battle in along the corner. It will be Smith that came up with it. It'll go back to the point there to McKenzie. McKenzie decides to pass now. This is Mosier, pardon me. Mosier tees up. That doesn't get through as that's blocked. Ducks can't clear. Mosier will get a second chance now. He'll pass it back to McKenzie. McKenzie there, that hits a high stick. And he thought about not playing it, but he ended up doing that. So now they'll bring it back outside the line. It's a knockdown with a high stick. 4 minutes and 16 seconds gone here in the opening period. And Kearney, the goal scorer at 68 seconds, have the Ducks up 1-0. Of course, earlier today, the Glace Bay Miners defeated the Halifax Hawk, the host team, by a score of 4-3. So they now sit up top the standings, and if you want to go see the standings, just go to the Hockey Nova Scotia website, Tournament Day of Champions, and it is the bottom site there, the PeeWee AAA Championships, and you can hit the link, and it'll keep you up to date on the stats throughout these championships. Crushers win the draw. Marchand's shot is blocked by O'Coin, and it comes outside the line. A good block there by number 14. The big forward there, as that is sent down the ice. And Burrows decides to stay in the net there, and it will be the player O'Coin that blows the tire, so it allows the Crushers to get up to center ice, but no further as it's dumped back in there by the Ducks. 24 seconds left in the penalty to Phillip. Crosman crosses the line, stops, decides to pass it back. Nice passing area. There's a wrist shot. Oh, it might have grazed the post going by, but I know that McDonald did not see that. They had the screen set up. 7 seconds left in Phillips' penalty. In the meantime, going forward is Dalton there for the Crushers. And it's back out to side the line as the penalty to Phillips expires. And nothing much really dangerous there on that power play there for the Crushers. They might have gotten one shot. The power play was brought to you by Atlantic Acura. Pictou doing pretty good in the face-off circle so far in this game. That pass was a little bit too far out of reach for Steele. So back into his own zone goes Prince there for the Ducks. Goes high off the glass and out. And that actually gets by Campbell. Will get down. No icing as Campbell will go back for it. Caden Campbell, the defenseman there for the Crushers. Gets it up. Prince there stops that one. A shot that's wide of the net. Ducks once again on pressure there. There's the player goes down. That was Rivera there for the Ducks. Couldn't get the shot as the puck goes toward the far side corner. Back it comes. And settling down is Rivera. He'll go cross ice, but that's picked off. And there's a long lead pass up ahead, but it's a little bit too far. And it's icing the call. And that was a smart play there by Ben McDonald. No showing really nothing in terms of really cool in nets there for the Ducks, knowing that it was well far out and knew that the player wasn't going to be able to get it and it was going to be an icing call, so he let it go. So it results in a draw down into the Crushers zone. And center ice. Phillips now banks it off the boards there. Penny gets it into the zone. Ducks trying to get organized here. His 6.5 is gone here in the opening period. And a goal by Kearney has the Ducks up 1-0. Back come the Crushers. Smith has his pocket picked by Penny. Penny there tried to get a pass up the middle to Burke. In the meantime, Phillips follows up. Can't get the shot through as it hits shin guards. And the Pictou Crushers will come up with the puck. Mosier trying to clear and can't for Pictou. They'll get a second chance, and they finally do as McLaughlin on the backhand towards center ice. But once again, that's stopped. Here's Baldwin now for the Ducks. Trying to spin away, loses the puck there. As picking his pocket was McKenzie. And the Crushers team captain Mosier gets out the center ice, but no further as he loses the puck. Burke once again. It's center ice area. Dumped there by the Weeks. And now they'll start a change. A little bit of room here for the Ducks to come out of his own zone. Led by Phillips. The assistant captain has some speed, doesn't he? Here's Kennedy now. With a shot and the stop there by Burrows. Rebound there. She left a little bit of a rebound there. And it goes wide of the net. They're down into the corner. And Pictou's just happy to try to get it out, but they won't succeed this time as Prince keeps it alive for the Ducks. And it goes towards the near side corner. And back they come out to center ice area there. Kennedy with the flip in. And chasing in after it is O'Brien. O'Brien has Kennedy with him as well. Kennedy there looking for the puck. As a 50-50 battle is up there for the teams. And coming up with the puck there as it's blown down was the Crushers. So play will be stopped. Both teams will make changes here. 6 minutes and 41 seconds left to go here in the first period. Ducks leading by a score of 1-0 here at the 2019 Nova Scotia PeeWee Provincial Championships. Kearney, the goal scorer, looking for the puck. Trying to come up with it for the Ducks and can't. Ducks will go back into their own zone with it. And now they'll try to get something going with Kearney. The lead pass up ahead as they tried to hit O'Coin. He gets a piece of it, rolls into Burrows, and Burrows will cover up for the whistle. So the Ducks came out flying, and maybe that's not the start that Pictou wanted, but they seem to look like they've got their composure back here so far. Just unable to get really anything going offensively, but Mosier, the team captains out here, McLaughlin, they looked pretty good early on. See if they could actually get some more of a dangerous scoring chances here, as that's the line that's out there now for the Pictou County Crushers. But they know that they're going, but, you know, you still want to also punch your tickets. So, you know, the kids are going to give it their full effort here this weekend here in Halifax. Of course, Pictou, second place in the Nova Scotia Mainland Hockey League with a 16-5-3 record. Long lead pass up ahead. Mosier can't handle it cleanly. McDonald comes out. He gets a snow shower, but the snow shower came from his own teammate as Bush was going back, and Bush says, "I apologize." Usually those are just what the opposition does for you. You don't see your own teammate do that to you, but, you know, sometimes that happens in the sport. Anyway, McDonald seems to be A-OK, covers up for the whistle. And a quick draw that's won there by the Ducks. Halliday, they're trying to clear for the Ducks. But it will be Martin now who has the puck down. He goes down, falls down, following up Steele. Steele and Martin doing pretty good here. Now they'll send it back to the point. Settled down there by Austin. Just happy. He comes out front there, but there's nobody in a white jersey there for the Crushers. Marchand, there's a deflection off a Duck stick. But McDonald is on the game so far. Put it out of harm's way for the meantime. Steele coming back once again. Has a little bit of a Yarger sort of look to him with the locks coming down. See if he's got some skill like Yarger. He tried to come out front, but the Ducks really defending down low, preventing that as a scoring opportunity. Baldwin can't clear for the Ducks, but now they'll get a second chance. Here comes Phillips now. He's got Penny as well as Burke, and they're just happy to send it in, start a change. 4.5 left to go here in the first period. 1-0 the score. Prince happy to bank it off the boards. Kennedy now gets just inside the line, and that's about it, and back out it goes. Fuller with a burst of speed, but he had a couple of line mates trapped inside the line, so they'll bring it outside on the offside. 4 minutes and 19 seconds left to go here in the first period. We talked about the Buster Harvey tournament. A lot of the teams that are here this weekend had some success at that tournament, and it's a huge style tournament. Ducks actually won the tournament. The Crushers went 3-0. The Ducks also went 3-0. Bedford Blues 2-1. West Hants Warriors went 2-1 as well. And the Halifax Hawks 2 wins and a tie. So there's really, you think about the way that the league has gone, you know, the teams have done in their league, and you get them out here in this stage, there's really, you know, 6-1, half a dozen. There's really not much to give. Like a lot of people were probably thinking about that earlier game with the Hawks and the Miners being 25-0 in the Cape Breton League, and the Hawks being 6th in the, once again, the Central Minor Hockey Federation, which has all the teams from HRM in it. And it might have looked like it was going to be a blowout on paper, but not the case. But the Miners did come away with the win. 3 goals in that first period and came away with the win. Ducks looking to try to come away with the win. There's a shot and a save there by Burrows, and she had to gather up the garbage as there were a couple of Ducks on the doorstep whacking away, but it is stopped. 3 minutes and 37 seconds left to go here in the first period. Ducks, after coming out with a good burst there to start this game, that was their best chance. Second best chance of the period, and it's coming at the late stages. Now a burst of speed is Rivera now, but he can't get outside the line. Follow the bouncing puck if you can. Rolls into McDonald as right in the neighborhood was Landon Steele there for the Pictou Crushers, and McDonald decides to cover up. Gets a stoppage, so they'll change the D there, the Ducks do. Ducks on the breakout there. Pass gets by everybody, but comes out the center ice area. Rivera just happy to set it into an open wing to nobody in particular. So back in his own zone goes Kinsley Austin there for the Pictou County Crushers. The lead pass up ahead. Martin taps it in. And following up there is Dalton trying to get a loose puck there, but it's going to be the Ducks that are first on it there inside their own zone. Trying to get it out higher on the near side. They'll come up the middle. And now Phillips once again with a burst of speed. Cuts across the blue line. Phillips going in. Backhand. And I think he fanned on it and didn't get a shot on goal. He did everything but just couldn't get it. And really had Burrows beat. But lost the handle at the last second. Otherwise, it would be dropping it at center ice. 2-0 would be the score, but it remains 1-0. Phillips has impressed me here. The defenseman not afraid to join the rush and went end to end. Really, that was all him, so he made something out of nothing. But sometimes you have to have a little bit of luck, and it wasn't on his side that time. Baldwin to take the draw here against Mosier. Nice battle there as going down to the ice was Smith there. Allows, of course, the Crushers to send it down, but the Ducks all back. Here's Burke now, but he can't get it out. Prince, Jake Prince, the defenseman, happy to send it here to the far side boards, near side boards. And back out center ice comes Burke again. Burke with a burst of speed. Penny and Baldwin the line there. Baldwin the trailer, but it'll be the Pictou County Crushers with the nice defensive play. And back they come the other way. And they're led by Clint McLaughlin. They just get it inside the line, but the Ducks will now send 4 out here on the attack. On the attacking zone, Baldwin now, wrist shot, and he got all of it and didn't miss by much. Nice little shot there by Baldwin, as we mentioned. Max Baldwin. Keep an eye on him, number 12 in the black, orange, and brown jersey. Minute 18 left to go here at the Halifax Forum. Game number 2 of the Provincial Championships. Penny, Baldwin, nice move. Wrist shot and missed again. There's a sharp angle shot. Is trying to send to the other side. There was Tristan Penny. Had good idea, but ran out of the real estate and ran out of an angle. Last minute of play here in the first period. And the Ducks starting to find a little bit of their legs. Here's Fuller. He's all by himself. Actually, he's got going on the play there was Kennedy. My apologies. That hits a body. And a backhander bouncing puck out front of the net. And the Crushers get it out of the danger zone for the meantime into the far side boards, near side boards. Referee telling him will get the puck loose, as you see, and it will be the Ducks that come up with a wrist shot, a bit of a waster there, well wide and well high off the glass. Ducks with some pressure here, but the pass is going to be picked off by Crosman. They put it right in, but they still can't get it out. Now they'll finally do. Here's the period is winding down, 10 seconds left. Pictou looking for one last try here before the horn goes to end the period. And they're going to be kept to the outside, and that's how this first period ends. So, Kearney with the goal at 1:08 of the first period, where we stand after the opening 15 minutes of play. We'll be back with the second period right after this here on 360 Live. Teams have switched ends here as we begin the second period here from the Halifax Forum. 360 Live here for the Nova Scotia PeeWee Provincial Championships. Ducks leading by a score of 1-0. Kearney at 1 minute and 8 seconds here in the first. Of course, they don't keep track of shots on goal at this level. But it seemed like the Ducks had a little bit of a split first period, in my opinion. They came out guns a-blazing, of course, got the goal. Things got a little bit quiet there towards the middle. More of a defensive game between the teams, not a lot of chances. Then they started applying some pressure there in that second period, first period, late stages of it. And they're continuing that pressure now. 3 15-minute periods flooding in between the second and third period. And Pictou County Crushers, well, they had some good chances, but really just couldn't hit the net. Here's a chance here for Rivera, and a nice stick there by Marchand. Of course, Brad said that he's going to be watching the Ducks here at the Provincials and seeing how they do. If he's watching, we'll say hello to him. Of course, big 63 for the Boston Bruins. If he's tuning in, hope you're enjoying the broadcast here on 360 Live following the Ducks as they try to win a provincial championship. Of course, you want to talk about success here at the Provincial Championships, the last one in 2015. And in 2016, East Hants Penguins won it in their home arena at the East Hants Sportsplex. 2017, the Pictou County Crushers, and this is one probably the Duck fans don't really want to talk about, winning it with a goal by Landon Sim, 2.3 seconds left to go in the third period. And last year, of course, the Ducks hosted it, and it was the Bedford Blues, so this is their best chance to win it, as they have had success winning tournaments. They have been a tough team to beat, undefeated in their league. So this is their strongest chance to win a championship, and they're looking pretty good right now, leading this one by a score of 1-0 as we are in the second period. My name is Dan Hobson. Delighted you could join us wherever you're watching here on 360 Live. Of course, earlier today, Glace Bay Miners with a win and over the home team Halifax Hawks. 3 goals in the first period in that one. Meanwhile, Crushers trying to come. There's a sharp angle shot that McDonald stops. Right along the icing line there was Marchand there for the Pictou County Crushers. Here comes Burke now. Burke, wrist shot, and Burrows makes a stop on that one. A one and done, and in transition the other way were the Pictou County Crushers. They've turned it over. Anything you could do, I could do better is there's a turnover there, and going back the other way there is Dalton there for the Crushers, and play is stopped. There'll be a offside there, bring it outside the line. Two minutes and 15 seconds gone here. Kennedy now cuts, struts, and then he'll drop it off to his teammate O'Brien. O'Brien in behind the net, bothered there by McKenzie. And once again, it's Kennedy now with the puck. Allowed to walk out front. Kennedy, couple of nice hands, scores and passes it to Fuller with the finish. Kennedy with the work. Fuller gets the goal. 2:35 the time. And we come back to play now as McDonald covers up. You kind of sort of maybe thought that was going to happen because they controlled the play late stages of that first. And then came back and showed a lot more energy, the Ducks did, and they're rewarded with the goal. A lot of the work done by Kennedy, and Fuller the benefactor with the tap in past Burrows, 2-0. McLaughlin trying to get something going for the Crushers. And here they come the other way as that rolls into McDonald and he stops it. And they're making an announcement on the goal, but Kennedy from Fuller. 2:39 the time. Really don't want to get behind 3 goals because we saw that earlier. When you get down by 3, it's a hard hill to climb, and that's what could be the task here for the Crushers. Kearney now coming, splits. Kearney, backhand, and the passing play was nice, but Rivera ran out of room and was on his backhand and couldn't get the shot. They did everything right. Now Austin following up here for the Crushers. Fanning on the shot there was Walst. Walsh now pinned in there by Kearney. Coming up also to come up with a loose puck there for the Ducks was Rivera. Boy, Rivera, nice little play here. Here comes Phillips again. As I said, not afraid to join the rush. Trailing, back pass to O'Coin. There from a sharp angle. Burrows out of position, scores O'Coin. Nothing from head coach Jeff Green yet. 3-0 the score. But you can see the Ducks have found their offensive pants here in the second period. It's 3-0. And they're looking for more as here comes Penny coming the other way. And it's going to be the Crushers. Campbell comes up with the puck, but loses it there as once again this forecheck here by the Ducks is just sweltering there, this Crusher team. Play blown down as it comes outside the line. You have a funny feeling the person playing the music here is kind of a little bit of a wrestling fan. I don't think, I could be me, but I don't think I've heard anything in terms of an, 80s song or something that you hear on the radio or something that you go listen to on the stream. Here's O'Brien now. They've all been wrestler theme songs. Bouncing pockets in the blue ice, and it just bounces out the other side. In the meantime, unable to pull the trigger that time. And unable to settle that bouncing puck was Kennedy there for the Ducks. Prince back into his own zone. Judge now. Backhanded there by Kennedy. Just outside the Ducks bench. Here's McLaughlin now as he tried to dump it in. He's going to start a change anyway, but he didn't get it deep. But in the meantime, the Ducks having a little bit of difficulty coming out of their own zone, so there'll be no harm, no foul for the Crushers, and they'll complete their change as McKenzie has it towards center ice area. McKenzie now cuts across the line. McKenzie, couple of nice moves. Wrist shot, scores! McDonald would like that one back through the wickets. It's 3-1. I have a funny feeling that this may be a high-scoring one. 3-1 now, but boy, McKenzie went end-to-end there. He got it at center ice and across the line. Penalty coming up here is going against the Pictou County Crushers here. Delayed penalty. Goaltender to the bench, so the extra attackers out there now for the Ducks. Here's O'Coin. He's got one here in this game. Tried to hit Penny. Penny trying to center it there, but the Crushers will get possession of the puck. And just as soon as Pictou had some momentum, they're going to sit 2 or less for a hooking call. It's going to be Walsh that's going to get the hook. Time of it is 6:08. Back out to center ice here. Phillips now will burst to speed. Centering pass. Wrist shot there by Prince. It hits a leg and goes towards the corner. Once again, the Ducks pressing here. Trying to get that goal back. It was a soft one, trying to bail out their goaltender McDonald. It's 3-1. Here comes Phillips once again. Makes a nice little move to get across the blue line. Phillips and tried to set up down low Kearney. And I don't think Kearney saw it. And the Crushers will send it down. Minute 14 left in the Walsh penalty. Phillips. Lead pass up ahead. Hits Prince. Little discombobulator of the Ducks right now, so Phillips is going to do it himself. Crosses the line. But Martin's right there to backhand it, send it to the open corner. Now he's going to get in after it. But it'll be Prince first back there for the Ducks. Happy to go along the far side boards. Dalton following up here. Penalty is 45 seconds left. It's a hooking penalty there to Walsh. Power play brought to you by Atlantic Acura. Penny there can't pull the trigger. Nice defensive play. His collapsing in time was Martin. Actually, it was McLaughlin, pardon me. Regardless, Crushers send it down, 28 seconds left. So if the Ducks can get organized, they'll have one last dash here before the power play comes to an end. Has 20 seconds left. Past the halfway point here of the second period. Coming up to 7 left to go in the second. Wrist shot by Baldwin. I think it hits a body and goes towards the corner. 7 seconds left. If the Crushers can keep it to the outside, this power play here for the Ducks. Might have gotten like maybe a couple shots, but nothing much as the penalty is over. And you could hear the video game, the Pac-Man thing that indicates that the penalty is over. So even strength we are. The Ducks player blows a tire. So in transition come the Crushers the other way, but they were a little disorganized, and offside is the call. 6 minutes and 34 seconds left to go here in the second period. Crushers win the faceoff, but they're going back in their own end. Here is McKenzie now. Up to Walst. Walst just out of the penalty box area. So as I said, we're even strength right now as the Crushers hit center ice, but the pass is picked off. Kennedy going back the other way. Kennedy wrist shot. Burrows with the stop. Left a rebound, but it was gathered up by the Crushers. A one and done for the meantime. Conrad goes down. He seems to be injured, but he's gets back and gets up into the play, so he seems to be A-OK. He was probably trying to sell a call. The referees weren't buying. That hits bodies out front as a wrist shot from just outside the face-off circle. And now a penalty is coming up. It's the back official that makes the call. And it's body contact. Of course, there's no checking in this league, so body contact to O'Brien. Body contact to O'Brien. 9:13 the time. So the Crushers have a chance here. They got the last one. It squeaked through the wickets of McDonald, but this time they're having a hard time getting out of their own zone. The puck was underneath the Pictou County Crusher player, McDonnell. Ducks doing a really good job here. 40 seconds have expired, and the Crushers are pinned in their own zone. So now Campbell will try to get things organized here. Tried to hit Steele. Steele gets center ice, and it's dumped right back down. It's delayed offside, so now, of course, they had to vacate the zone, so allowed the Crushers to get out to center ice. Here's McLaughlin now. Coming down the opposite wing, turns around, looks for help. There's nobody there. Conrad just finally gets in. They'll set it towards the slot there. Here's McKenzie again. McKenzie trying to send it towards the corner. Conrad gets the pass. Wrist shot, and that's hit McLaughlin in the back. And it was in the slot area, and Phillips sends it towards the corner. Gets a second chance to clear and hits a stanchion and bounces back down. 27 seconds left to go, and not a shot really yet here on this power play. And it's not coming now as it's sent down the ice. Coming up to 4 to go here in the second period. 3-1 to score. Pictou's going to have to hurry. There's 7 seconds left in the body contact penalty to O'Brien. And now the penalty is over, so it remains 3-1 to score. Here's we're in the late stages, 3:42 left to go. But they're hoping maybe to change it here with this possession. Coming up with the puck is Austin, and man, they just have had some difficulty trying to get on the same page. And now they're offside here. The coaching staff here led by Jeff Green, Rick Cameron, Ross McKenzie, and Brent Turnbull. Happy just probably to try to get to the dressing room and talk this over. Really can't afford to give up another one. 3 goals are really hard. There's a slapper from well out that's stopped by McDonald. Not a bad idea there by Marchand. See if the McDonald maybe confidence maybe a little bit shaky, but stood up to the task that time. Puck inside the blue ice, and McDonald makes the stop and pokes it, and his teammates help him out. There's a blocker save on McDonald. He was following that one and lunged and came out of the net to come up with it. And in transition, Baldwin there centering past Prince, too far out of his reach. Penny was also up there for the Ducks. Crushers seem to find their legs late stages here of the period. And here comes Crosman now with a shot. McDonald with the save and another one as he left a juicy rebound, and maybe the Crushers see something that with that shot from well out, that he's leaving some rebounds and leaving some fat rebounds there, so just get it towards the net and anything could happen. 2 minutes and 48 seconds left to go here. Ducks got possession of it, and of course one of the Duck players fell and just managed to get it outside the line. And quickly dumped back in by Pictou, but Ducks, as you see, have possession of it right now. Back out center ice. Here's Kennedy now. Kennedy gets by. Kennedy, wrist shot. Oh, they set up Fuller there, but he got his composite on it, but not enough. Wrist shot O'Brien, and that hits a body as Campbell gets in the way of that one. Puck goes in behind the net. Crushers try to come out with it, but it will be Kennedy once again. Steals it. Goes back to the blue line. Phillips now. That hits the skate, goes towards the corner. 2 minutes left to go here in the second period. Kennedy once again. Kennedy cycling, trying to set up Fuller. Fuller wrist shot. And people react, but it hit the outside of the net. Now it comes back out. Crushers trying to clear, and now they'll get on the break. Here's Dalton now, has Steele with him. Wrist shot. McDonald stops that. Had a little bit of a rebound, and now we have a little bit of brouhaha. You don't see this often in Pee-wee. And when the smoke clears, Dalton's going to get the penalty there. He might get it for interference. He collided with the goaltender in the late stages of that play, and that's what drew the attention. So McDonald will go to the box, 2 or less. And there's a chance here for the Ducks here to, they'll have a power play here for the next 90 seconds here of the second period, and this will carry over to third, providing that they don't score. Prince now. Wrist shot, deflection there. As that got the stick there, Rivera didn't tip it. He tipped it, but didn't miss by much. Rivera now stops, slapper, and wide. Right on the doorstep there was O'Coin. And the puck comes out. Side the line to center ice area. Phillips will have to retreat there for the Ducks. As we come up to 1 minute to go here in the second period. Phillips now cuts across the blue line. Drop pass. O'Coin, wrist shot. Blocker save there by Burrows towards the corner. Phillips. There's a shot that goes high over the net. O'Coin there on the backhand trying to set up. And coming out front there is Kearney now. He's got a goal here in this one, looking for another one. 56 seconds left in the penalty. In the meantime, Conrad was trying to go, but stopped there by Prince. Just in the nick of time to prevent that shorthanded opportunity as we have 20 seconds left to go here in the second period. Intermission coming up. O'Brien. O'Brien now will send it back to McPhee. McPhee tees it up and hits a stick. Lively boards. Kennedy has it now. Dying stages. 8 seconds left to go. O'Brien. Wrist shot hits bodies. Fuller's skate to be precise. There's a sharp angle shot that doesn't get through. Goes in behind the net as you hear the horn goes to end the second period. There'll be 19 seconds carried over into the third period here in this power play there for the Ducks. 3-1 is the score after the opening 30 minutes of play. And we will have third period coverage in about 15 minutes. And we just want to acknowledge all those sponsors that are helping support this tournament. So help those who support hockey, and here they are. So the TASA Ducks will be on the Atlantic Acura power play for 15 seconds here of the third period as we're back underway here from the Halifax Forum. Phelps with the puck, dancing along the blue line just inside. Pass there to O'Brien, but it will come back out the center ice area, and that should do it here for the power play. My name is Dan Hobbs. The 3-1's the score you see in the corner of your screen. The Pictou Crushers trailing this one. But they have got the last goal in this one, and they have killed this off, and they were playing with fire here, so now they've got to start maybe think offensively and take a few more chances here. Teams are even strength now here, early stages of the third period. Pass nobody in particular will go down the ice, so icing the call here. And we just have 45 seconds gone here in period number 3. Mentioned off the top of the broadcast, these teams have history, but the players that played in that championship game 2 years ago have moved on. They're in major midget, major bantam, but the teams do know each other. At 2017 Provincials in Trenton, Pictou Crushers won that championship late stages, and the Ducks were sent home disappointed and upset, but they have put a strong team in here in this 2018-2019 campaign, winners of the Buster Harvey PeeWee Tournament. And here they come again. Big fat rebound, scores! Burrows got enough of it, but Rivera pounces it over the shoulder of Burrows and in, and it's 4-1. .121 the time of the goal, 4-1, and now this team from Pictou, as we mentioned earlier, also will be going to the Atlantics as the host team as they are in New Glasgow at the Pictou County Wellness Center April 4th to 7th, but they've got their work cut out for them. Burke coming back the other way here for the Ducks. Penny there that hits a stick and goes towards the corner. Burke shot, scores! They were on the outside, and Burke with a wrister past Burrows, 5-1. Well, if you were late trying to get to the concession stands for this one, 2 goals in a minute and 54 here. Floodgates open, 5-1. Burke with that one. Of course, I mentioned how Burke had a really good showing at that Buster Harvey tournament with 4 points in that tournament that they won. So you can see that he's a sniper here, and that was a shot. And Burrows just had no answer, 5-1. So what was a close game is now sort of getting out of hands here for Pictou. They must strike, but this isn't going to help. Breakaway shot, and Burrows makes a stop there, and Fuller, he's already got one. He was looking for another one. Back outside the blue line, Fuller comes, but Kennedy was still trapped inside the line, so they'll bring it outside. Offside the call. What do you say if you're head coach Jeff Green here to the Crushers? 2 goals early here in this third period is taking a game that was within reach, and now you pretty well have got to go perfect the rest of the way in terms of not giving up another one, and this is a high-octane offense. But they're used to high-octane offenses in the Nova Scotia mainland Pee-wee Hockey League. And I'm really looking forward to when the West Hants Warriors play. That game's going to be a dandy. And that's actually going to be coming up after this one. West Hants versus Sydney, a player that has been just lighting the lamp. And his name is William Shields. 63 points. They actually keep track of stats. 49 goals, 14 assists. So Pictou's used to seeing some high scores, but seeing it and trying to stop it is going to be a hard thing. And of course, that is our next game, as I mentioned. The West Hants Warriors versus the Sydney Steelers. Steelers, of course, finished second place in the Cape Breton PeeWee AAA Hockey League. And the Warriors undefeated. So one of those ones that on paper could look like it could be a blowout, but on the other hand, there's those lively boards that they backhand it blindly out front, but nobody there with a stick of the Ducks to put it in for the tap in. A lot has happened so far, and it's only 4 minutes gone here in the period. Mosier hoping to change that. Has Smith with him, trailing the play. Now Smith will drive towards the net. Mosier still has the puck. Looking for some help as they were in the midst of a change. Allow Kennedy to come up. He'll send it high off the glass. Now, what do you do here if you're Coach Ryan Backman here of the Ducks? You don't really want your team to start to, take some, I guess, maybe take the pedal off the metal is what they say. So many different terms you could actually use, but I'll use take the pedal, take your foot off the pedal and all of a sudden stop moving, stop skating, and then get yourself into habits. And, it's a championship, and you want to continue your strong play. Your strong play throughout is how you win championships. So they don't really want to stop skating here in this third period. But I mean, I'm sure the Ducks have been in a situation where they've had leads going into the third period before, and have probably managed to hold the leads, and that's a strong team, and that's going to be a real tough task here for the Pictou County Crushers, who finished second in the Nova Scotia Mainland AAA Hockey League. And there's a late call, but it is offside. And you can see frustration starting to mount there on the Crushers as they go and make changes. Steele, Martin, and Austin line. Dalton, Steele, and Martin, the forward line here for Pictou. 9:45 remaining as the puck goes into the Ducks bench. So they'll redo the draw. Just a few seconds came off the clock, as I mentioned. And Pictou wins the faceoff, but they lose the puck. Penny takes it. Here's Burke now. Burke, and a nice defensive play is coming over was Marchand, and he stick-checked. Burke goes into the boards kind of heavily. He's a little slow to get up. In the meantime, Crushers come back the other way, led by Dalton. But Dalton loses the handle, but quickly back there is Bush there for the Ducks. She's a solid defensive player there for the Ducks. And, of course, it'd be interesting to see what happens with her. Of course, there's a great female hockey league that's around. And the female hockey league, of course, the Penguins out of East Hants and the Northern Subway Selects, the AAA Hockey League. You see a lot of players that play at this level go into that league next. And then maybe university women's hockey. So Sarah Bush has some options here once her Pee-wee careers come to an end. Wrist shot, and that's stopped there by Burrows. She, too, as well. Something about Northern Nova Scotia pulling out goaltenders and female goaltenders. Lily Curry comes to mind. We talk about the Northern Subway Selects. Chisholm, also a goaltender from Toronto, plays for the Selects goaltender. And Lisa Mumberquette is a female goaltender who plays Major Bantam, so she knows what it's like to play here at the Pee-wee level and then made this jump to Major Bantam. So always nice to see some female players here at the Provincial Championships. And you know that they have earned their spot here on the roster for sure. Landon Pitts doing very well for the Pictou Northern Nova Scotia team. Of course, she's from Antigonish, and she was at the Provincial Championships when they were in Lance, and she was like basically one of the fastest players going end to end, taking face-offs, winning draws, and really good to see her having some success there. The female hockey league level, Landon Pitts, who played for the Antigonish Bulldogs. And that was a year that the East Hants Penguins won it in their own backyard. And that was back in 2016. Coming up to the halfway point here of the third period. Time running out here. There's a shot. Pad save. Big juicy rebound. Another pad save as McDonald kicked the pad out in time. Things start to get a little bit nasty. There's a couple of whacks there. Exchange between the players there in front of the net. So that's where things may get a little bit nasty here in the late stages of the period. McDonald, 2 big saves. Back come the Ducks the other way, led by O'Coin. Coin towards the middle, couldn't pull the trigger, kept to the outside, and has his stick tapped towards center ice and lost the puck, but the Ducks all back defensively. And they're led there by Rivera, makes a nice spin move. Kearney now. Kearney, McDonnell blows a tire, he has some room. Wrist shot, didn't get much on it. And goes wide of the net. That hits bodies out fun as a wrister there. It's a loose puck, and it's in the blue ice, a couple of whacks. Finally, referee has his hand in the air. There's a penalty coming up. The back official called it. And we've yet to see the call. It's a Duck player that looks like he's getting it. It's Rivera. No, it's not Rivera. It's actually Pictou's cross-checking call to Campbell there. My apologies. Actually, you're going to take Kearney off as well, so it's going to be coincidental minors. My apologies. Second shy of 7 minutes left to go, so 5 aside right now. And back comes the Crushers the other way. Steele taps it in, chases in after it, but he'll actually third to that race. It's coming up with the puck. There's Martin there for the Crushers. Wrist shot. That goes wide of the net, but there was no Pictou Crushers on the doorstep there trying to make a nuisance for McDonald and get in his kitchen. Back come the Ducks the other way. Baldwin there can't handle the hot pass. Neither can Dalton, but Steele will pick it up. Steele trying to drive down the middle. Steele to the outside. Watched by Bush. Steele once again, and Bush. Good one-on-one defensive play inside to Dalton. Dalton now centering pass. It's in the blue ice and out the other side as Martin couldn't connect. Close call for the Crushers. Here's McKenzie. That hits a stick and goes towards the corner. Ducks trying to clear and get it out. Here's Burke now with some speed. Gets it by Conrad. Now he'll go in after it. Here's a foot race. But it's going to be icing as the Ducks did not get there in time. You can see on your screen as some players were watching this one. I mentioned that is the Sydney Steelers there that were in your screen momentarily. They are going to take on the West Hants Warriors, and that will be a tough one. The Warriors undefeated, just like these Ducks are. So right on page, it looks like it could be the Ducks and the Warriors, but of course they play it on ice rather than on the sheets. So, and that's why they play the games. That goes out the other side there, and this will allow Fuller to come up with the Ducks. They'll send 3 on this attack, led by Kennedy. O'Brien as well. Kennedy going, driving, shot, and Burrows makes the pad save there. They got down low, but that is a dangerous line you're going to have to keep an eye on here, teams that are watching this. Phil, it's been impressive his play here so far as he cuts across the blue line, has O'Brien. Phillips now, backhands in the slot. And I think Burrows gets a piece of it with her glove. It goes in behind the net. Fuller was wide open, but finally the Crushers get there and get a man on him. Prevent that pass from coming to him. In the meantime, the puck's now to the outside. Stick got caught up there. The referee's going to call it. That's pretty well an easy one there. So O'Brien's going to go to the box here. And the evidence, of course, was stuck in the, I thought it was O'Brien. Well, it is O'Brien. He went to the bench. He kind of fooled me, but I know that it was him that was guarding that player because it was equipment that got caught up in the Pictou County Crushers equipment. So, pretty easy one to call there. Evidence was with him. In the meantime, explanation being given to Ryan Backman from the referee. So we have 4:54 left to go here in the period, 5-1. The score. And the Pictou County Crushers just like to get something going, something positive here. Get something going because this is a tournament you really can't be lacking in terms of confidence. Managed to keep it onside there for the Pictou County Crushers was Conrad. And now they'll send it here to the near side. McKenzie will get the puck. McKenzie hassled there by O'Coin, comes up with it. McKenzie goes cross ice. And they're trying to spin away there, trying to set up Conrad. Conrad's down low. Also there's Walst. Walst there will just poke it back here. Crosman trying to spin away from O'Coin. McKenzie. Right in the middle of the ice. Dangerous spot. Crosman just decides to slap it. He fanned on it, but it worked out to their advantage as they'll still have the puck in behind the net. Now they'll come out front with it to the blue line. Looking pretty good, but the Ducks are doing a good job of keeping them to the outside. The passing there for Pictou, pretty good. Rivera, chance to clear, and here's a chance. Short-handed chance here, Prince. Prince on Burrows. Burrows with the stop and the juicy rebound, and coming back to save it day was Owen Conrad here on the Atlantic Acura power play. And that grazes the post. End to end we go here. Of course, the power play brought to you by Atlantic Acura here for the Pictou County Crushers. Is 27 seconds left. Miss it at one end and get it at the other was the game plan. But goal post got in the way there for Pictou, and it remains 5-1. .24 seconds left in the O'Brien hooking penalty. One last dash here for the Crushers here on the Atlantic Acura power play. 14 seconds left in it. That's the Ducks that have it. Bush bumped, but they managed to get the pass. She's quickly back up on her feet. Now she'll have a chance to clear it just it gets outside the line, and that will do it there as O'Brien is back. He'll go to the bench. Fresh skater comes on. And it's Penny there for the Ducks. Oh, wraparound chance trying to sneak it short side there was Baldwin. And now we have a little bit of roughness here after the whistle. See if the officials finger somebody or take somebody. But the linesman, great job of coming in on that one. Make sure that cooler heads prevail here. 2:41 left to go. Ducks that closer to getting that first win of the tournament. Campbell hits McLaughlin there, and now the pass there. They're trying to hit Smith. He had his jets on near center ice, but the pass too far out of his reach, and back come the Ducks the other way here. Putting it right on the slot. Penny there was driving towards the net, and the pass was behind him. Still can't pull the triggers. Now the puck just gets outside the blue line, and here's a foot race. Phillips and Mosier. Phillips wins that one quite easily. Penny now. Pass to Baldwin. Baldwin on a little partial breakaway, and a nice stick there in time. Beautifully done by Smith, and he gets some appreciation from the crowd here at the Halifax Forum. 1:53 left to go here in the period. Ducks hoping to play remaining minutes out here. No, they have this one pretty well in the bag. Penny now. That hit him. Took a bad bounce. There's a backhander. Burrows. It's inside the blue ice. A couple more whacks, and Burrows covers up. And there's a poke with the stick by Burke that's going to, I thought, maybe get some attention here from the Crushers. They looked like they were going to chase after him, but that didn't happen. He might have got away with one. That's usually sometimes something that, players don't like, is the extra poke maybe after the whistle, but Crushers also know the late stages here. You don't really want to take a penalty late stages here, even though the result is pretty well known. And you don't want to really get in a situation. Here's Crosman now. Can he get up with it? Crosman! Oh, he blows a tire before he gets a shot. Not sure if McDonald got a piece, the crowd reacting, but Crosman also blew a tire in the process as we are coming up to 1:10 left. And Another goal just by for the Ducks makes it 6-1. Also, too, of course, in the standings, you go to Hockey Nova Scotia, Provincial Day of Champions tab, keeping you up to date on the statistics here in this one. So goals for and against, if it gets into a situation of ties, you know, it sometimes is important. So 6-1 now. McDonald didn't see it. He was looking one way. The puck went the other as we have 50 seconds left to go here in the third period. Puck in the corner. Referee telling them to play it, and they do. And it's O'Brien there for the Ducks. He has Fuller with him. O'Brien now cuts across the blue line on his opposite wing. Wrist shot over the net. 36 seconds left to go here in the third period. Pass picked off there. Kearney and Steele, knees come together. Both are up and okay. Good to see. Now coming in is Austin there. Has a stick check. Martin with a shot, and that's blocked there by Fuller as that doesn't get through. Marchand slaps it in. And it's laid offside. Elementary, 6 seconds left. Ducks are going to win this 6-1. Proving once again they may be one of the teams here to beat here at these championships. And they pretty well had an easy afternoon against Pictou. And they'll go to 1-0. Pictou will drop to 0-1. And of course tomorrow is a big busy day. Ducks will play Sydney first thing in the morning. Pictou has a little bit of rest, and then they play their, of course, league rivals. The West Hants Warriors at 6 o'clock will be their next game. As you see, teams are shaking hands. Our next game, 4 o'clock, the Sydney Steelers versus the West Hants Warriors. That game could go either two ways. It could be a walk in the park here for West Hants based on their undefeated season. And of course, Sydney Steelers 17-8, second in the Cape Breton PeeWee AAA Hockey League. So it could be a close one. You know, as I say, it's up for grabs. You know, you look at these matchups before the game, you don't know how it's going to go, and that's how I feel about this one between West Hants and Sydney. Players are along the blue line for the players of the game presentation. Player of the game there is Owen Conrad for the Pictou County Crushers. Lots to pick from here for the Ducks. TASA Ducks. O'Coin, the player of the game there for the Ducks, as they skate to an easy 6-1 victory over the Pictou County Crushers. So we're getting ready for game number 3. We'll feature the Sydney Steelers versus the West Hants Warriors, and it's coming up at 4 o'clock. And that's the story for now for the entire 360 live crew here from the Halifax Forum. Dan Hobson saying so long for now.